It's time for Clubhouse Chatter. Here is Norm Ordez.
Hey, good morning on this Sunday morning up here in the Eola Hills outside of Amity, Oregon, where it is raining again. We have royalty in the house this morning. We have the king of Jewish baseball, Nate Fish, and Nate's going to tell us about his experience with the WBC. Good morning, Nate.
Good morning.
Man, you guys took us on one hell of a ride.
Yeah, we sure did. Been back for about a week now. I'm just getting back to, sleeping through the night, getting readjusted to the time zone, and back to normal life. It's such a departure from real life for all of us.
So, first of all, you guys took Korea by storm. You guys went through the pool with a 3-0 record. What was Korea like? I mean, the atmosphere, it looked crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. We didn't know what to expect. We had been told it was going to be like playing against the Seahawks in Seattle at their home field because the crowd gets so loud in Sky Dome in Seoul where the games were. It wasn't quite that loud, but there was a really good atmosphere. The fans in Asia are really passionate about baseball, kind of focused for every pitch. They're not just, chilling, eating a hot dog on the phone, this and that. They're pretty much laser focused for every pitch. Every hitter in the lineup has a different song that the whole crowd kind of shakes
That's
together.
nuts.
So it's kind of more like a soccer game in Europe than a baseball game in America in that way, the way the crowd is involved. But just the whole experience. I mean, that's talking about the atmosphere of the stadium for the actual game in Korea. It's a little bit different. Some of the guys on the team, some of the minor league guys, but a guy like Jason Marquis started the game for us, certainly dealt with big stages before he's pushing the World Series, things like that. So it wasn't sort of too big of a moment for him, which was, why maybe he was the guy to go with for the first game.
Jason Marquis, like you said, man, he came up big. I think that. I mean, is he wanting to pitch in the majors again?
Yeah, he wants to. I mean, he said he could pitch in the league till he's 50. So he's only 38 now, so I think he's got 12 years of service left. He's looking for a deal, and he's really good. He was on the back end of those Atlanta Braves rotation tonight. Right. That was so good. With Maddox, Glavine, and Smoltz. So, as an older guy, he's very difficult to think that he's learned over the years to be effective. He's not throwing the ball 95 miles an hour anymore like he was when he was younger. But still, really, kind of very smart. He knows how to pitch, and he's learned so much over the years that he can still throw the ball 87, 88 miles an hour and change speed and get people out. I think he could probably still get people out at the major league level.
Oh yeah.
Whether someone's going to give him a chance to do that, I don't know. But he wants to, yeah.
So your time in Korea. So, man, that first game against Korea. Honestly, it was one of those deals to where you guys knew you guys were good, and that you guys belonged, and that you guys compete. But the rest of the world, I was hearing, Israel should come out 1-2 in that pool, and that's. A win with those teams, that's pretty respectable. I mean, with the Netherlands and Korea. But you shocked the world by knocking off Korea. And then you came back the following night. Was it the following night or a day later, beat the Netherlands, which was equally just as loaded?
Oh, yeah. They were way more loaded. I mean, there was sort of a funny thing going on where we were in our coaching meetings. And we were basically, when it came down to Korea and Taiwan, we were basically like, okay, we're better than these guys. We should probably defend this game. We should play well. But the world was sort of painting us as these huge underdogs. So we were able to beat Korea and Taiwan for 2 days of the tournament. We basically thought we were doing what we were supposed to be doing. But the rest of the world was reporting on the games like they were just massive upsets. So there was a funny sort of dichotomy between the the media coverage and sort of what we thought of ourselves as a team and what we thought we should accomplish. People didn't expect us to do much. I think they were basically expecting us to go 2-out. But we went 2-0 the first 2 games, and so we started getting a lot of attention. It was like all of a sudden the whole world was paying attention to us, and that story sort of changed. I mean, we were clearly the underdogs against the Netherlands. That lineup was great. 5 bona fide big league superstars, 2 through 7. So that's a different story, and we were able to beat them also, and that's what we kind of got the skill of, like, maybe we had a little magic, and we'd like to blow the whole thing when we beat the Netherlands, because we're clearly overmatched there, but we were able to play a good game and beat them 4-2.
And then you qualified for Japan to move on to Japan, and there again, man, watching the baseball games played there in the Tokyo Dome, that was crazy as well. They've got songs for all their players as well, and you ran into the Netherlands again, and then you played a very good Japanese team, which realistically they could have won the whole dang thing.
Oh yeah. Japan's always got a chance to win this tournament. I mean, they won it twice. They don't make mistakes, if they're going to beat them, you definitely got to play well. They're not going to beat themselves. Good arms. I mean, they're just really, really good. They're just a solid team, and they know how to play in international competition. And how to prepare. Those guys have been playing together for like their whole lives. Right. So they're really good. But before we got to the Netherlands for the rematch, or to Japan, we played Cuba and won, and we were 4-0. So then we were like, all right, we're just gonna roll all the way to Los Angeles here. We basically thought we were just gonna keep winning and winning and winning and winning. We were just on a ride,
And Cuba, they were pretty decent. They were pretty good as well.
Yeah, they're always good. You never know. They're sort of a mysterious player on the international baseball team.
Right.
They sort of emerge every couple of years with their best guys, and those best guys usually expect eventually to go play in the big leagues. So their program is sort of a little bit weaker because they're not allowed to use the players at section. So all those guys that are playing at the States, stuff, they're not on the team. Like, I mean, think about how good that team could be if Cespedes and Chapman and Reed and just everybody. There's so many guys. So they're also not quite as strong as the head team, but you never know who they're going to show up with. Right. They got tons of talent. They're really good. But you got to beat it.
And then you get, like I said, you get the Netherlands and Japan, and you lose, and then it's over.
Yeah, it happens quick. You're kind of on this wild ride, and it's only going to last as long as you keep winning. And then if you flip the game or two, they hand you your return ticket, and it's over all of a sudden. So it's sort of an intense experience, and the whole time it's only going to last as long as you keep winning. So it adds to the vibe and to this idea that you somehow got to keep finding ways to your games just to extend the experience. It's kind of like playing Game 7 every day.
Right. So where does this take Israel now, baseball wise? I mean, this is going to open up. I mean, baseball is going to just explode in Israel. And where do you see this taking the country?
Yeah, I hope so. It got tons of press in the Israeli, Hebrew media, which is good. It's really good exposure. The prize money definitely helps also. We'll take some of the money that we want and put it towards building baseball fields in the country, and just, infrastructure for the program in general. And it gives the program huge along with the trip that some of the big leaguers took to Israel in December, which was qualifier in the main tournament. And then our actual performance in the tournament is going to give the program a big boost.
So I'm trying to think. So 2021, the next WBC. So now you guys don't have to qualify again. You guys are already in, correct?
Right.
And
we get an automatic bid,
I know it's 4 years down the road, and I know we just barely got done with this year's WBC, which I'll tell you what was, I mean, it had me on the edge, my seat. I mean, I was getting up at 1:30 in the morning watching games, and it was crazy. Some great baseball being played in March. What does the 2021 team, what is it shaping up like? I mean, most of your guys will be, of course, 4 years older. People like Jock Pedersen, are they going to be, maybe leaning to play?
Yeah, you never know. Like in 4 years, that's like an eternity for a professional baseball career. So a lot of the guys are going to have either retired or made it to the big league by then.
Right.
So it will largely be a new group of guys, I'm sure. We'll have a handful that'll be returning. Maybe some young guys or some guys that used to play on the team that weren't with us this year, but that want to play next time, like Peterson. So, we'll get that thing rolling in about a year and start trying to put a roster together. But you can't do too much projecting because you never know who's going to be available based on injury.
Right.
The other guys are on the 40-man roster or loaded they're retired. We took guys that credit card for 4 years who you were expected to play shortstop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What was the best part about the whole experience for you? I mean, it looked to be, the WBC was great. I mean, of course, you had the United States winning it all against a very good Puerto Rican team, and the Dominicans were good. What was the best part of the experience for you?
Just it sounds like a formula answer, but to say everything. They just, Major League Baseball does a pretty good job of running tournament first part. You're getting lots, gear, the travel, and accommodations are really good. So the lifestyle is really good, but more important than that is just the baseball and the relationship that we form with the guys. I think what you find from every player in the tournament and from every team is that everyone keeps saying it's the most fun they've ever had playing baseball. And that, if they had to choose between playing for their big league organization or playing with their World Baseball Classic team all year, I think almost everyone would choose their World Baseball Classic team. And that's not a knock on any of the big league organizations. There's just something special about being on a team with people that have so many people that have so much and that goes for every team, like Israel, Puerto Rico. You see, like, the chemistry on the team is just crazy. It goes way beyond the team in professional baseball. So it's a special tournament in that way. And for me, that's what it's all about. It's all about the connection with players and the other coaches.
Now, I know when like there's college football bowl games and different tournaments and stuff, they have, like, swag. They have, like, swag bags. Did they provide you guys some pretty cool swag?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we get so much stuff. I mean, I've done this 3 times now, so I got a collection of blue World Baseball gear, bag. Yeah.
Nice.
They basically run the whole thing up to, because there's so many big leaguers that participate, they run the whole thing up to Major League standards. So the gear is the same as what you get in big league. Just everything. So it's so cool in that way also.
So let's talk a little bit about the Minch on the bench, man. That thing is big.
Yeah, that thing's getting more attention than anything.
He possibly got more press than anybody else did.
That was our MVP right there.
That was pretty cool.
Seriously.
So that was Cody Decker's doing, wasn't it?
Yeah, Deck brought a little Minch on the bench to Brooklyn, and we sort of had him like propped up in a locker, like Joe Booth style.
Right.
We put some Manischewitz wine in the locker for him before games, and then when it was time for the May tournament, we had to contact the company that makes the toy. He got a life-size one, and we stuffed it in one of the equipment bags. We carried him around with us everywhere. We went, propped him up in the dugout. He was everywhere. I mean, the dude was in the dugout. He was in the dugout for the Red Sox. So it was, I just thought people do this. Have fun.
And that's it. Have fun. It loosens the clubhouse up a little bit. And, everywhere you look, he was a part of it.
Absolutely. He's right there for everything.
And so now the Minch, I mean, he goes into, what is it? He goes into retirement until 2021 now?
I don't know. I don't know where the Minch went. Probably stuffed in a Flippin bag lying around in the bowels of the box somewhere. He's stuffed in a Milwaukee Brewers bag.
There you go. Yeah, that's right. Deck is with the Brewers, isn't he?
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about Jerry Weinstein, man. What a job he did. You know, great baseball man. I think he's one of the more underrated managers around, and he did a heck of a job with you guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The dude is legendary in his ability to prepare for games. You know, we were crushing data, going over scenarios, and pitching, you know, who was available to pitch for us, trying to line that stuff up, and just build game plans. And just give out whatever advantage we could get, whether it's tendencies that, you know, their catchers, you know, show, or, you know, just knowing the patterns of the guy that we're going to keep facing for that day, making sure to give us all that information. Just like whatever we can do to give ourselves an advantage, just information-wise. It was just basically about knowing more about the other team than they know about us. So that's, you know, it's close. That's all you can do. You can't really control the game. You can just try and prepare as best as possible.
I think at one point at one of the other shows where we have you on, I asked you, where do you see baseball in Israel 5 years from now? Now, I think that it changes with your Israel's performance in the World Baseball Classic a little bit. Does it maybe speed things up now?
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's all the trajectory is good. Like, you know, they're going to build facilities, just keep getting more kids to register from that quantity, you know, and that pool of players that are playing when they're young. The quality will emerge from that, and good players will start to emerge. So it's all about getting more kids to play, getting the facilities, and just keeping on improving the way that the organization runs.
You guys were pretty much the darlings of the World Baseball Classic. I know that you guys had media everywhere you guys went. What was that like, the attention that you guys got?
Yeah, there was tons of cameras and stuff. Like, when you walk out of the stadium, there'd be 75 reporters, cameras everywhere, stuff like that. So, you know, I don't know. Most of the guys, you're fine with it. They had experienced that stuff. You just try and, you know, answer some questions and, like, represent, you know, as well as possible. Represent yourself in baseball is like, yeah, it adds something to the atmosphere. It makes you realize that you're involved in something that people care about. It's a big deal. So it does sort of pump up the atmosphere a little bit to have that much media around. I mean, on the field, on the Tokyo Dome during batting practice, there were like hundreds of cameras. So it does add something to the atmosphere. You realize the world is watching and stuff like that. But for most of the guys, they just, you know, wait for the cameras and keep it moving and get ready for the game.
Right. So what are your plans now? What are you going to be doing?
I'm at brunch with Shlomo right now. He just gave me a match update.
Okay.
Me and Shlomo are going to baseball practice.
Oh, nice.
Keeping it going. We're getting ready for the European Championships this summer in Serbia. We're playing in the B pool.
Okay.
Which I'm not sure if this starts the qualifying process for the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo, but they could potentially use the Continental Championships that are coming up this year and next summer as qualifiers for 2020. So, Israel baseball-wise, that's what's coming up next.
Nice.
The Euros in Serbia. So, yeah, we're going to practice it a little bit. Shlomo, what's the update on the bench?
And, of course, Slow-Mo, the only...
Shlomo says the bench was at Dodger Stadium for the semis at the finals.
Oh, nice. Oh,
I guess someone brought him in there. That's pretty cool.
Right on.
Sweet.
And, of course, Slow-Mo being the only Israeli-born member of the team. And Slow-Mo, that guy's a legend, man.
Oh, yeah. Total.
I mean,
Totally. I don't want to talk about it. But he's
you
right
want
here.
to talk about it?
I don't want to fuck him up too much.
Well, coming from a non, I'm not Jewish, but I'll tell you, you guys were so much fun to watch, and I think what you guys have done in Colombia and places that you normally wouldn't think of a baseball power. What you guys did in the World Baseball Classic is great for baseball worldwide. And congratulations on your run. You guys made it fun, and it was a blast.
Yeah, awesome. I appreciate that. We're just now starting to realize sort of the impact that it had and what we were able to accomplish. So it's still sort of sinking in. But I appreciate that. Thanks so much for having me on and for watching that. And you guys get support Israel baseball for years now. 4 years.
I have. I'm wearing my Israel Strong shirt this morning.
Sweet.
And so I got to get my hands on one of the hats. But love what you guys are doing for the game of baseball. Not just Israel, but worldwide. Different. Even the Palestinians are starting to play now.
What's that? Say that last part again.
I said I even saw a deal on like some Palestinians starting to play baseball, starting to grow baseball as well.
Too. I shared that. I shared that on Facebook. That's pretty cool. So yeah, who knows, man? The game just keeps on expanding.
Baseball, it is. It's it's a game of peace, and we need to share it worldwide, definitely. Hey, let's get you guys on again sometime. Tell Shlomo we'd love to have him back on and talk about his experience sometime. And, man, hey, like I said, congratulations and thank you.
Thanks a lot, Norm. Appreciate it.
All right, hey, we'll talk to you later.
Talk to you soon.
All right.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, once again, the king of Jewish baseball, Mr. Nate Fish. And I don't know I don't think you watched as much as I did.
Oh, nobody watched as much as you did. Come on, Norm.
I'll tell you.
You were giving me updates in the middle of the night, like 2:30 in the morning. Did you see that base on balls? It was amazing. He watched like all 12 pitches, and
I went back yesterday and watched the last part of the championship game.
of course you did.
And
where the USA won. Right?
It was their time.
Yeah. First one.
It was their time. Puerto Rico was good, though.
Yeah.
Holy cow. There was some plays that Yachty made, Molina played. Oh, my gosh. There was just some amazing baseball being played in March.
I watched quite a few of the games. I saw Israel play a couple times, which was kind of cool to see some of the guys that we've had on.
Oh, it's awesome.
The names out there. And then watched the USA. I watched the championship game for about 3 innings. Listen to the updates. And that was the one thing. Their updates when 4 years ago,
there wasn't.
They, hey, the championship game, whatever, a lot of guys are gone from spring break. And, so here's what happened. Here's some spring break scores for you. But this year, they had updates.
Yeah.
They had, hey, here's what happened in the World Baseball Classic. It's like, wait a minute, this is a change from what they did in 4 years ago, which was cool. And that just shows the progress of what is taking place. It's going to be tough because of the spring training stuff. We get that. Mm-hmm. But it was great. It was good stuff.
I think we're, especially as Americans, the way we look at the World Baseball Classic, it's more than an exhibition. 4 years ago, it was an exhibition.
Yes.
It was looked at that way. This time around, not a chance. I mean, they're like Colombia almost beat the United States of America in their first World Baseball Classic. Look at what Israel did in their first one.
Well, I think, Nate said something earlier about Cuba. If they had all the players that played in the MLB, Cuba would be a powerhouse.
So,
and same with the United States. The United States, if all the best players played, which they're not because they're making way too much money doing what they're doing, it'd be a difference as well. It's kind of like you go back to the dream team in basketball. Look at those guys when they're starting to play, and now they're kind of going away from the stars and more of the second-tier guys. And there's still some first-tier guys on there.
The second-tier guys are pretty dang good.
Pretty good, yeah.
So somebody on Facebook, I can't remember who it was, came across with the thought, what about a a refugee team, kind of like what they did in the Olympics. And so, like, maybe some of those Cubans coming together, they can't play for Cuba, but they could play for, like, a refugee team.
Or the country they decided to go to.
I mean, you look at Marcus Stroman. Marcus Stroman said he was going to play for Puerto Rico, ended up playing for the United States.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we all, like, you could play for Finland, I believe, or Norway. What is it?
Denmark.
Denmark. Okay, I was close.
Yeah. The Danish team didn't do well in the WBC this year.
And so I could play, I'm sure I could play with the Irish, Mexican. I mean, there's a couple of different teams I could choose from.
Idaho.
The Idahoan team, which would be pretty good. We'd have to bring back the ghost of Harmon Killebrew.
The Oregonian team would probably be right up there, though.
The Oregonian team would be good.
Yeah.
Dale Murphy.
Yeah, Dale Murphy would be right there. He would be probably our cleanup.
Peskies. The Peskies.
The Peskies. Oh, man. See, there we go.
You got a good team. No, the World Baseball Classic was exciting. I think I read somewhere where attendance was up like 28%. And so, what I want to know, though, Brian, is you've been to a ton of baseball games. Mm-hmm. I've been to a ton of baseball games. Why is it so different here in the United States than from somewhere like in Japan or Korea? So Japan and Korea, they have like a band, horns, drums, and they have a different song for every player. But here in America, it's not like that.
It goes back to our Puritan heritage. If you look at it, back in the 20s, the 1910s, they're in suits. They're in top hats. They are very much a calm, reserved, nice home run, good job type thing. I think that's where a lot of it comes from.
We need to open it up a little bit. So,
well, before you say that, could you imagine if we opened it up at Salem Kaiser Volcanoes? Would we get kicked out?
Well, we're going to find out this summer.
Yes, we will.
Because Brian and I are going to be there with Vuvuzelas.
You're just waiting for me to do that.
Which, for the life of me, I cannot blow the damn thing.
Vuvuzuela.
I don't necessarily know with like dancing on the
ceiling.
Yeah, dancing on the top of the dugouts, but. The horns, and I mean, you got cowbells and stuff like that.
What if we had a team that danced on top of the clubhouse, and we would get up there, we would light brooms on fire, and we would have a dog out there. We would have all these people just drinking with the players in the stands. That's never been done before.
That might not be a bad idea.
Well, wait a minute. The Portland Mavericks. Bring back the Mavs.
What a great experience. I mean, even watching it on TV, as a baseball fan, I'm more excited, and I'm always excited about baseball, that's no joke. But I'm really, Oregon State are off to great starts here in the state of Oregon. McMinnville High School's off to a great start. Linfield is hanging in there. I cannot wait for the Major League. We got opening day next week.
Yeah, it's 1st of April already. Jeez.
I think it should be a national holiday, at least for me. I'm probably taking off opening day from work. I'm serious. I get into it. Opening day, I've witnessed them a part of a team. And I don't know if you have, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool when you're in front of 7,500 fans in a minor league stadium, and they're calling your name. Norm Ordez, clubhouse manager, Lancaster Jethawks. And you're out there on the fields with the coaches, the manager, the players. It's pretty special.
It's pretty special too when you go to opening day in a major league park.
Or even in a minor league park.
Well, but the Major League Park, they do everything more grandiose.
Right.
And I did that at Colorado for the Rockies. I believe it was probably 1999. We were partying like it's 99. And could not get a ticket. I had tickets, good seats, for 3 years. I lived in Colorado. Great seats. My boss couldn't get opening night, so I took it upon myself and got opening night seats. Paid a little bit for them, and I sat in the rock pile. If you know what the rock pile is, it's in the very, very deep center field. Nobody hits it in the rock pile.
Right.
And we got them. We thought, this is gonna, the rock pile. Should we even go? It was probably the best time. I mean, brand new. Everybody was undefeated. Everybody was ready to go. Everybody's in first place.
It's a new season.
And they treated it like it. It was fun. We got into it, and it was awesome. Opening day was fun.
I get to witness opening day on a couple of different levels. I mean, number one, I get to see, not necessarily in a major league ballpark, but I get to see it all unfold on MLB.com, the MLB network. And then, I attend, whether it's the Eugene Emerald, Salem Kaiser Volcanoes, the Portland Pickles, I get to witness that. Then I get to witness opening day on the Parks and Rec level, which is pretty exciting as well. And so I get to witness it on a couple of different levels. And to this day, I still get chills. I get chills on the Parks and Rec level. All those little kids, they don't understand why the bunting is up. They don't understand why these goofy guys are out on the Major League field there down at Joe Dancer Park with a microphone introducing to people. You've got the mayor throwing out the first pitch. They don't understand it. And so you kind of explain it to them. I get chills. I get chills. With an 8-year-old nephew and a 4-year-old nephew who I'm trying to really get excited about baseball, man, it's awesome.
It's where you're creating culture.
Exactly.
And, I bet you there's not a lot of organizations around the country that do what you guys do to the level. But if they do it even a tenth of it, the kids are going to get excited about it.
Right.
And which makes it fun. I mean, we never had bunting at, Kaiser Little League Field. But we had opening day.
Yep.
I'm sure I was amped up for it. I don't remember
parade
it.
of teams.
There you go. There you
go. It's just
good stuff.
It's fun. And so speaking of baseball, our sponsors, Baseballisms, if you like my hat, Baseballisms is having their grand opening of their new location down on Northwest Quimby next Saturday. And so it's from 5 to 9 p.m. It's going to be a benefit for Friends of Baseball, our friend Nova Newcomer and her organization. They're going to have some auction going on. They're going to have, beer samples and pizza free, I believe. And you can check it out on Baseballisms. They're on Facebook, baseballisms.com. Great thing going on. We're going to be there. Don't necessarily know if we're going to be doing a show from there earlier in the day at this point. But hopefully Tony Torquato will be with us.
We'll be signing autographs on the down low.
We will be mingling. And, I'm sure there's going to be former major leaguers, former local minor league ball guys that have been there.
You're supposed to wear your team's cap, I hear.
Wear your team's cap. And so, don't wear your Yankees cap.
That's the only one I've got. Sorry.
Man, it's getting that time, Brian. Opening day. I'm starting to get excited.
Yes, it's going to be fun. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about it even more.
Oh, yeah.
But I think you and I need to come up with a plan of what we're going to do this year. I know we tried last year. I know we're a year into everything now, so going to hold your feet to the fire a little bit. And we're going to do some baseball games. We never made it to a Pickles game together.
No.
I did go.
Yeah, we went to separate games. I went to Frank Peters with Frank Peters.
That's right, you did go.
Yes.
So I think we need to figure this out, and we need to come up with the Clubhouse Chatter baseball appearance schedule.
We could do that.
Not that anyone will care to see who we are, where we are, but
so that means Eugene. Man, we're coming. Eugene, Hillsboro,
Salem,
the Pickles,
Portland. Gresham. I'd like to go to Corvallis too.
Yeah,
Gresham.
Yeah.
I'm up for that.
Maybe Medford. Maybe a trip down to Medford, maybe.
I'm totally up for that. The Bend Elks or the Bend, whatever they are now.
Yeah. The Bend. I don't even know if do they still play?
Yeah,
I think they do.
They have a college team. In fact,
that's right. They're in
Newman,
the same league.
Yeah, Newman from Linfield was pitching for them last year.
Yeah, baseball, the Clubhouse Chatter Baseball Tour
All right.
coming up. Hey, so check them out. Baseballisms, they got a great thing going on. They got their grand opening. Let's support those guys. Hey, what maybe most people don't know is those guys are former Oregon Ducks. They played on their club baseball team before baseball made a comeback as a sport there at Oregon. And so those guys were pretty good. In fact, I think they won a national championship on the club level at one time. And so great guys, local guys. They do a great job for the community. And, stop on in and, hey, we might have a prize for you if you happen to, tell us you listen to us on Clubhouse Chatter. Hey, Curtis Cooper, we better see you up there. So, all right, hey, I'm Norm. That is Brian. We got Maya, the Clubhouse Chatter dog. Hey, go Ducks. How about them Ducks? Final Four.
Good stuff. Both men and women.
Oregon State is in the Final Eight as well with the women.
They lost last night.
No, they won. They play Connecticut.
What are you... Wait.
Oh, did Oregon State lose to Florida State?
Yeah.
I thought they beat them.
No. Oh, that's why we talk baseball, folks.
That's why we talk baseball. All right, I'm Norm. That's Brian. We are Clubhouse Chatter. We are sponsored by Baseballisms.com. Baseballisms.com. If you like my hat, check them out. Also sponsored by BaseballDudes.com. To be the best, you must train the best. Base by Pros. Skipper Mitch Canham. BaseByPros.com. And Mark Canham, his dad, does our shirts for us. And, check him out. MDM Designs. And we stream live every time we're on air. YamhillToday.com. Hey, if you'd like to shoot us a message, shoot me an email, normbo18@gmail.com. And you can find us on Clubhouse Chatter 1T on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, iTunes, Podomatic, everywhere. MLB.com, blogs.
MLB, yep, everywhere.
Everywhere. Just do a search. Hey, hopefully we'll be back. I don't know, back next week. We'll see. I'm Brian. That is Norm. We are Clubhouse Chatter. Have a good day.